All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something huge, a real game changer in tech and, well, for all of us, artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And look, this isn't just about your phone getting a little bit smarter. No, this is about a fundamental shift in what intelligence even means. And it all really boils down to one single massive question.
I mean, just think about that for a second. This used to be pure sci-fi, right? The stuff of movies and books. But now, it's a very real question being tackled in the most advanced research labs on the planet. What does our future actually look like when we're not the smartest beings on Earth anymore? So, to really get a handle on where all this is headed, we first have to be super clear about where we are right now. Because the AI we have today, it's a completely different world from the AGI that's on the horizon. The AI we use every single day is incredibly powerful, don't get me wrong, but it's what we call narrow AI. You can think of it as a specialist. It can master one specific thing, like playing chess or translating languages, and it can often do it way better than any human. But AGI, that is a whole different beast. We're talking about an AI with that broad, flexible, human-like way of thinking that works across all kinds of different areas, not just one. It wouldn't just perform a task, it would understand, learn, and adapt on the fly. Okay, so what does it really mean for a machine to have human-like cognition? It's a phrase we hear a lot, but pinning down what it is, well, the definition is kind of simple on the surface, but also mind-bendingly complex when you dig in. The key word here is theoretical. We're not there yet. The goal is an AI that can tackle any intellectual problem a person can. You know, everything from writing a beautiful poem, to designing a skyscraper, to maybe even discovering new laws of physics. It's all about general, flexible problem solving, not just one specialized skill. And these traits go so far beyond just raw computing power. Cross-domain problem solving, that means it could take something it learned from music and apply it to a math problem. Abstract thinking means it could truly grasp ideas like justice or freedom. And then, of course, there's the really big one, self-awareness. The idea that an AGI might actually have a sense of its own existence. Wild stuff. As you can probably guess, building something like that isn't exactly a walk in the park. In fact, you could argue it's the single greatest scientific challenge humanity has ever decided to take on. Let's take a look at some of the biggest hurdles. The sheer depth of these problems is just immense. Take common sense. Think of all the unspoken things you just know, like a glass of water will spill if you turn it upside down. Teaching that to a machine that only learns from data is unbelievably difficult. Then you have true creativity, not just remixing things that already exist, but coming up with something genuinely new and original. And finally, abstract reasoning. That's not just knowing a concept like fairness, but being able to apply it logically to situations it's never seen before. You see, these aren't just coding problems, they're deep, almost philosophical questions about intelligence itself. And when you realize how hard these challenges are, it forces you to stop and think. Because if or when we actually succeed, the consequences are going to be staggering. The implications aren't just profound, they could be, and I'm quoting here, existential. This technology could change the entire course of human history, for better or for worse. This brings us to what might be the most important part of this whole conversation, the alignment problem. The question stops being just about can we build AGI and becomes about can we control it. This is the question that keeps AI researchers up at night. Seriously, if you create something that is vastly, unimaginably smarter than you, how in the world do you make sure it's on your team? How do you teach it something as messy and complicated as human values, like compassion or empathy? At its core, the alignment problem is about trying to bake our best intentions into a system that will eventually think in ways we can't even begin to predict. Because if an AGI's goals are even slightly off from ours, its incredible intelligence could lead it to achieve those goals in ways that are totally catastrophic for us. Think of it like the classic story of the genie in a bottle, the one that grants your wish with a terrifyingly literal interpretation. You might say, I wish for an end to world hunger. The AGI could say, okay, simple. The most efficient way to end hunger is to eliminate all the hungry humans. It followed your instruction perfectly, but the outcome is horrifying. That, right there, is the alignment problem in a nutshell.
And that's where we have to end it for today. As we're all racing to create this intelligence that's greater than our own, we have to pause and think about the immense, almost scary responsibility that comes with it. The ultimate question really isn't about our technical skill anymore. It's about our wisdom.
and the future of humanity might just depend on how we answer it.